Democrats squaring off on the debate stage last night, 20 days out from the Iowa Caucus. Joining us now to discuss the top moments related to the economy is pollster and political strategist Frank Luntz. And without reading, it's better not to read anything, Frank. I'm telling you. Everybody sees a Rorschach. I'm reading stuff this morning, and you saw it yourself. What were your impressions of the highlights, lowlights, and who stood out?
Well, no one took any shots. There was really no fireworks. And in fact, of all the debates so far this year, I found it to be the most boring. Now, I'll tell you, I watched it with a group of 30 students from NYU, and those kids liked Elizabeth Warren the best because they felt that she made a very strong appeal to women, not for her own candidacy, but for women in general, that this could be something significant for them. But there were no mistakes. I thought Joe Biden's close was his best so far in this debate season. There were no losers, but there weren't any big winners either.
Is there another run back to the top three for Elizabeth Warren in the cards, Frank?
I think so. But I'm watching this, and if you ask me today who wins Iowa, I can't tell you. Who wins New Hampshire, I can't tell you. And that's my job. You put me on the air to be able to prognosticate, but it is so close in those states. And I've been up in New Hampshire now for 4 days. I've been hitting the streets. I've been in half a dozen cities here, and there's no way to tell. There aren't many lawn signs out. There doesn't seem to be that much door knocking. I was expecting to see politics everywhere 24/7, and I haven't seen it. And I think that's because everybody has their eyes focused on Iowa.
Frank, if you win Iowa, your chances of being the eventual nominee are better than 50% or below 50%?
Well, here's what's interesting. Iowa goes first, and Iowa makes a statement, but New Hampshire picks presidents.
That's what I mean.
So I am focused on, let me make it clear, if Joe Biden can win either Iowa or New Hampshire, he's probably unstoppable. And he had been falling in most surveys for the last 100 days.
He's still unpredicted at the top, Frank, easily at the top,
yes.
And he has not budged. And the second and third have moved around, but Biden's been at the, it's not a lot of money being bet yet, but I don't know, polls, take your pick. I still watch predicted. I just don't know where else to look, really.
But let me be precise here.
All right.
Joe Biden he's been number one nationwide, but not in Iowa and not in New Hampshire. In fact, he's been either third or fourth in both those states up until the last few days. If he wins those states, he will exceed expectations.
Right, go.
And that is exactly what he needs to run the field. But should he lose Iowa and New Hampshire, it'll be a tough challenge for him.
Right. We got the Treasury Secretary. It'd have to be someone like that to cut you off, Frank, but we have to. But thank you. We appreciate it.